Okay, with respect to possibilities alone and not and formulating any belief to go off of as far as like systems and working out things, I'm not doing that. But if you, I've, I think there's a, I think I got a conspiracy. I think I peeped a conspiracy on a grand scale, right? Because you know how people say that when they order things on their cell phone or they use their cell phone, then ads are catered towards them having collectivized the data. But what if that's just um, a reverberation of a deeper principle? And that, do you notice that when, or do you notice it's possible for a reference to frequencies being infrastructure as a way to hold poise, as a way to hold form and normalcy, normalcy, aloofness at the time when you're referring to frequency, trying to since you can open a channel and talk to the other beings on that frequency. So the other beings on the frequency are the worms, you know. Like worms, they like particular foods, and those foods have like appetite enhancing drugs and other agenda based protocol shit like GMO and genetic engineering and there's who the fuck there's a ton of shit to even worry about. So um, these intestinal worms have the ability to communicate through a frequency. It's like a wavelength, and they resonate. They resonate. So as you know, it doesn't lead any preclusion. The people being puppeteered don't know who their handlers are, and it is in the cosmological warfare for genetic material. Those politicians are actually spare parts. Um, it's just a possibility that you haven't canceled it out. If you've seen a movie like Johnny Dies at the End, I think, with the soy sauce, anything can be used as a phone. That movie, uh, it's kind of like that. Um, or Dreamcatcher with the gray aliens. Kind of some of the same principles going on in there. Like one, it only takes one worm to conquer the entire like human race. Like one worm in the water supply, right? Everyone has a worm. Like the for they attack each other too. Okay, so like they have infighting and feudalism and power struggle as well. Okay, so basically that's another way of saying you know, but it's cosmic significance when it's war. You know, like um, and it's a role play in the entropy and like of the carbon based uh, the meat suit, right? Because it's like you're trapped, you know, and entangled in an environment with a um, very fallible, uh, you know, um, subjectable form, temporal form that you have to master and take great care of and have a lot of control over. And so I don't want to bore you. That could get boring. You probably want to hear about the witch gun and things like that a little more often, but the they think that there's just like more coming to terms with this shit than there is like learning more from somebody else, really. Like, as a matter of fact, you can't teach anybody anything. You can just offer them some reference or give them some direction, and they learn everything on their own. And and that concludes the video, because I don't want to just start rambling about